Do you want to increase brand awareness, attract new patients immediately and consistently, and become the go-to practice in your community? Then learn how to do ground marketing. That's what I'm going to be teaching you in this series. Let's dive in. Partnering with senior communities. This one's very, very lucrative, very important, and very easy. But once you start this and you get the ball rolling, it's crucial and important that you stick to it. You're consistent because you will be known among that independent living facility, senior community as the go-to dentist, right? The practice that you need to go to. And so let's dive into it. The core principle, become calendar worthy. So senior communities don't operate like regular businesses. They're not chasing vendors or comparing dentists. They live and die by their activities calendar. It's the heartbeat of resident satisfaction, family trust, and even occupancy rates. Here's the reason why. Residents, they check the calendar every week. What's happening this week that breaks up the monotony of the week? Families judge quality of care by how full and creative that calendar looks. They're thinking, are mom and dad being engaged or are they just sitting around? And then activities director. Keep this position, this term, this title in mind always. Activity director. They are your gatekeepers. You're constantly looking for them. But here's the thing, activities directors, they're constantly under pressure. They're thinking, hey, what new, fun, and meaningful thing can I add without extra cost or work? So when you call and you ask for them and then you give them the pitch and the script that I'm about to give you in this episode, they're going to be ecstatic because they're looking for you. They just need to find you. So that's the crack in the door where you enter, right? The activities director doesn't want another outside guest. They want a reliable, repeatable slot filled by someone who shows up consistently, requires zero staff prep. I mean, the less work they do, the better. Delivers visible smiles, not just, hey, you're a dentist, can you make my smile good? But they want feel good, right? They want stories and family praise. And they want something that makes the facility look good on tours. This is why your positioning must be, I'm not a guest. I'm part of your monthly enrichment schedule, okay? It solves their number one pain point, which is constant pressure to fill the calendar with fresh, meaningful activities. It requires no money, no staff, no risk. You are the plug and play solution. It makes them look amazing. Families will literally say, wow, they even have an oral comfort day? And it builds trust by consistency. Once you're on the calendar monthly, they treat you like part of the facility, not an outsider. Most vendors, right? Most people come in once, pitch hard, and disappear. They think they got to go in there, talk about implants, and then they leave, and then they want people to sign up, and then they don't come back, or they come back only once a year, and that's it. But you're different. You become a fixture, and fixtures don't get replaced, okay? Second thing you want to do is introduce yourself, but you want to reframe the perception, right? If you walk in saying, hey, I want to set up a booth and do this and that, you've already lost. To them, that screams sales pitch, extra work, and more clutter. You don't want to look like that. The goal is to shift the frame so they never see you as the dentist trying to market. You become an enrichment activity they can proudly add to the calendar, a low lift win for them personally, meaning hardly any work for them, and a comfort benefit for residents and families. There's a lot of psychology at play here, but there's three main ones. Number one, the familiar bias. Compare your booth to things they already run, like blood pressure checks, flu shot clinics, craft station. This lowers resistance because you feel familiar. Two, identity reinforcement. Position them as the activities rock star who brought something unique in. They want to look good in front of residents and families and their bosses. Then three, curiosity hook. Make the description fun and resident-centered, not clinical. And I'll give you many examples of that. Now, here's how you actually say it. Instead of medical jargon or dental jargon, you introduce yourself casually and benefits first. Here's a couple options you can utilize. Option A, resident excitement angle. Hey, we run a monthly smile and comfort corner that residents love. It's simple, fun, hands-on demos, comfort tricks, and personal attention. They get to laugh, learn, and walk away with something they can use that day. Option B, the familiar health comparison. Yeah, think of it like your monthly blood pressure clinic, but for smiles and comfort. Totally free, super quick, and it gives families peace of mind when they see it on the calendar. Option C, staff relief angle. Yeah, I know filling the calendar can be a pain, but we make it easy. You just drop us in a slot and we bring everything. And residents always walk away smiling. Zero work on your end. Option D, family trust angle. Families love seeing comfort focused events on the activities board. It tells them you're going above and beyond. When they see Smile and Comfort Corner right alongside bingo and music hour, it makes your community stand out. So, do you see those four options? One's a resident excitement, the other one's familiar health, the next one is staff relief, and the other one is family trust. You can combine all of them or you can pick one. But there's subtle word plays that work, right? We never say the booth, we say a Smile and Comfort Corner. We never say oral health education. We just say comfort tips or smile friendly tricks. Never say screenings. We just say personal attention or comfort check ins. And we never say marketing. We just say monthly enrichment. Now, this works because it eliminates their fears, which is extra work, vendor pitch. Is this a good vendor even in clinical liability? Two, it ties you to existing rhythms they already know and value, like blood pressure clinics and so forth. Three, it makes them look good. Families see unique enrichment on the calendar. And four, it creates anticipation. Residents look forward to their monthly comfort stop. Guarantee you, probably zero, unless they're listening to this episode, zero practices in your community are doing it like this. So start doing it like this. And then always think reciprocity first. The activities director isn't looking for your benefit. They're thinking, hey, will this make my residents happy? Will this make my job easier? Will this make our community look good to families and corporate? That's the reciprocity pivot. You lead entirely with their wins, not yours. Here are the four psychologies at play here. Number one, effort bias. If you take work off their plate, they instinctively want to give something back, like a recurring booth slot, right? Super easy breezy. Yeah, you guys can come in whenever you want. I never have to do anything. You guys do it all and you make our residents happy. Love you guys. That's what you want. Next one would be social proof. Families praising events, making the facility shine and the activities director look like a rock star. Three would be loss aversion. Frame small oral issues like lost dentures, dry mouth as headaches they'd rather avoid. If you solve them, they owe you. And then four, ego elevation. Make them the hero for bringing you in. Man, the activities director brought us in just for you. But you reached out. But you don't say that. Make them the hero. Here's how you can frame reciprocity. Staff win. Hey, every activities director I meet says denture loss and resident dry mouth complaints cause the staff stress. That's where we come in and handle that with simple comfort demos and labeling tricks. It frees your team up and saves headaches. That's one. The next one would be resident win. Residents light up when they get personal attention. It's not a lecture. We don't do that. It's interactive, fun, and gives them dignity back. They leave smiling, and you can see it in a way they talk to families about it afterwards. Third one is family win. Families love walking in and seeing this on the calendar. It tells them their loved ones are not just being cared for, they're being engaged. Families actually tell activity directors, hey, we didn't expect to see an oral comfort day. That's amazing. That was family win. Gives the family peace of mind. And four, facility win. Hey, when prospective families take a tour, they look at the activities board. Imagine them seeing Smile and Comfort Corner right there. It's a differentiator. Other communities do not have this, and it costs you nothing. That's it. So make sure you frame reciprocity in those scripts, that verbiage, or that tone. And now, the ground marketing psychology here is you want to have micro commitments, which is stack small, easy yeses that make the activities director feel smart for saying yes. There's a couple steps. Step one, the tiny yes trial. Instead of pitching big, hey, we're going to come in with a slideshow and do all these things. No, do a low commitment ask. You can say something like, hey, yeah, I was wondering, do you have a family night or like a health day or any event where you like to bring in outside guests? Most likely they'll say yes. Or are you a vendor? They say yes. Perfect. could I ever just be a part of it? I can add 15 minutes to that. No setup for you. I'll bring everything and I'll leave residents with a simple comfort trick they'll actually use. The practice right down the street from you guys. Now, the psychology here is this doesn't feel like a new event or extra work. You're just piggybacking on something they already run. Now, delivery keys are you want to keep it short, 15 minutes max. Long sessions create resistance. Don't do that. Make it interactive and memorable. You want to hand out your freebies, hand out lip balms labeled smile, comfort hack, and so forth. And this creates instant reciprocity. The activities director sees residents engage, the staff is relieved, and families are impressed, all with zero lift on their end. The next step is step 2, the would it be helpful pivot. After you crushed that trial and you piggybacked off and you did your 15 minutes, don't push for a monthly spot. You use the helpers frame. And what I mean by that is you'll say it like this. Hey, yeah, would it be helpful if we did this once a month so families see oral comfort consistently on your activities calendar? Boom, that's it. And then you stay silent. Now, the phrase, would it be helpful, is non-threatening. It makes you sound like an ally, not a seller. Then you're tying your value directly to something families will notice and praise, the calendar. And 3, you're offering to make their life easier, not harder. This is where most activities directors start nodding their heads because you're solving their ongoing content problem without adding cost or effort. Step 3, the plug and play calendar slot. Once they agree it would be helpful, don't leave it vague. Lock into their rhythm by offering a fixed slot. You'll say this, great, let's make it simple. Why don't I take the second Thursday morning for each month? That way it's easy for you to plug in and residents can start looking forward to their smile and comfort corner. You're giving them a predictable rhythm, monthly, same day and time. You've removed decision fatigue. They don't have to figure out when. And you've turned your booth into a calendar fixture, like bingo. This works because it's low risk, right? At first, the activities director can't say no to a free 15-minute add-on that you're piggybacking. Second is visible impact. Residents laugh, they engage and walk away with something tangible. Families who come, they notice it, and the staff can take a break. They're relieved. 3, helpers close. You don't ask for permission. You ask, would it be helpful? That's irresistible. 4, fixed slot commitment. Once you're on the board monthly, you've won. Activities directors love not having to fill that slot again. And 5, momentum loop. Residents begin anticipating your booth. Families comment. Staff rely on you. Pulling you off the calendar would feel like a loss. So you stay. All right. So now that we got that down and checked, we're going to be discussing the quick, easy script here. Super easy. You can walk into one of these locations or you can get on the phone and do this strategy. This is to get your initial foot in the door and get the yes to any of this. Now, this is all found in the ground marketing course. If you're not a member of the ground marketing course, you're missing out on so much. But the strategies, the scripts, all of this that you're seeing and more is in the ground marketing course. You even see examples of me doing this live in real time in the ground marketing course as well. So please, if you're interested, go in the show notes below, click on the first link in the show notes below to enroll into the ground marketing course and become a member. And I'd love to see you in there. All right. So the script for the senior independent living facilities, senior homes, memory care, all that is literally you call. And the first person who's going to ask is they're going to say, hey, what can I help you with? Probably going to be the receptionist, front office. And you say, yeah, I'd like to speak to your activities director or activities coordinator. And immediately they're going to transfer you, right? They're going to say, yeah, definitely. Or they might ask, what is this in regards to? And you can go ahead and say it, right? What it's in regards to. But they're going to transfer you. Now, I'd say 50-50 chance you'll either get the voicemail or you'll get them, right? Actual live person on the phone. If you get the voicemail, leave what you have to leave on the voicemail. You can leave the script and then give them a number to call you back on. Don't give them too many options. And that's going to be another episode. If you ever leave a voicemail, don't ever give too many options on how to reach you. Just give them one specific option and then that's it, which is phone number, what I recommend. And then that's it. But let's just say you talk with the activities coordinator. Hi, this is Billy, the activities coordinator. Hey, how's it going? Oh, we've heard fantastic things about your location. And I had a quick question. I was wondering, by any chance, do you guys do specific monthly events for your residents there? And they're going to tell you, yes, we do. We have this and that, blah, 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 blah. Oh, awesome. Now, here is a good way to know also if any of your patients or the families that are your patients, right? Like, let's just say their mom, their dad, or whoever, if they go here, That's even better, right? You can say, hey, we've had fantastic news about you guys. We have some patients with their family, their mom, their dad, their people go there, right? And we hear great things about you guys. But anyways, if you don't have any of that, then you just continue with the script and say, yeah, I was wondering if by any chance we'd love to do something for the residents there. We've kind of been noticing a little bit of, boom, a specific thing. Maybe they're having a hard time handling insurances. They're having a hard time and discomfort in our community. And we wanted to be preventative with that and also exciting and fun. Could I ever give you some information, or could I ever stop by and, maybe set up like a 15-minute booth, or they can have a bunch of freebies and things like that. And we love to just talk to the residents and answer any questions or concerns that they may have. Now, here they're going to tell you a lot of things, right? They're going to be like, yeah, definitely. Or, oh, we have an event this day and this day. We're pretty booked for the whole week or the whole month. That's where you can piggyback, right? They're never going to say no to a piggyback. They might just tell you, yeah, immediately. Of course, we'd love to have that. Awesome. Or the third option is they might say, we already have a dentist who comes in. But you can say, oh, awesome. When was the last time they came in? 9 times out of 10, they'll say like, oh, they came in last year. You know what? That's a good question. I haven't seen them come by in a while. Oh, okay, no worries. Well, we'd love to just stop by, give the residents there a bunch of freebies, but at the same time, some really great information, but in a fun and relaxing way that dignifies them and empowers them. I'd love to do that. Is that okay? And then they'll say, yeah, definitely stop by, give me more information or anything. And then boom, you have all the information from this episode, right? So let's just say you're in, they give you your 15 minutes or they give you a slot every month or however, right? Because that's the goal. You want to have a slot every month. Once you have that, there's a booth psychology. And now all of this is going to be found in the ground marketing course, right? But you want to have a couple stations, not stations all at once, but this is how you keep it new and exciting and different every time you're there. You're not just handing out the same stuff, being there at the same time, and then saying the same things, and then answering the same questions. You know what I mean? People are going to be like, oh, he's just there. He's just in the corner. You always want to keep it new and exciting. And this is how we're going to do it. You're going to spark curiosity, give residents a win on the spot. So always give them a win, and provide a lecture point that builds trust and nudges them toward visiting your office. So you can have these stations. Maybe 2 times out of the year, you can have station number 1, which is the comfort check, the quick smile scan. Set up a mirror and a flashlight. Residents see issues themselves. Maybe families over here. Curiosity leads to scheduling. That's the goal. Okay. And here's the script. You're going to say, hey, can you hold the mirror for me? You see that red spot? That's like a pebble in your shoe. You can still walk, but it hurts every step, doesn't it? Or it feels awkward. They're going to agree with you. They're going to say, you know what? I never noticed it, but you're right. I'm just so used to it now. Blah, blah, blah. Then you can say, yeah, same thing here. Eating works, but it's uncomfortable. You know what? Yeah, I am a little bit uncomfortable. That's not normal. And then that's where you're going to say, no, not at all. Most people think pain is just part of dentures, but it's not. Usually a 10-minute adjustment fixes it. People walk out saying, wow, I wish I would have known this years ago. I would have had less discomfort. Now you're going to create conversation. Oh, thank you. Awesome. And then here's the seed. Here's what you want to do. You're going to say, yeah, if you ever want, we do a quick comfort visit where the only goal is making meals enjoyable again. There's no rushing, no judgment. We can put you down and we can get you in the clinic to get that fixed in no time. Boom. Now you got a new patient in the practice. But notice how I said comfort visit. I didn't say we do a quick consultation. We do a quick checkup. No, we do a quick comfort visit. And as you can see, there's also script B here. That's going to be in the ground marketing course. And here's another station, 2 times a year, dry mouth rescue, instant relief. The setup is you have a tray of xylitol gum, hydration sachets, big font sip schedule, right? And the goal is to have immediate sensory wins. Residents feel relief and then curiosity about lasting solution. So you can say, hey, here's your lozenge, right? Put this on the tip of your tongue and let it sit on there. Do you feel how your mouth already feels wetter? That's because 90% of medications dry the mouth. Water alone won't fix it. And then they're going to be like, that's why my mouth feels so sticky all the time. Oh, okay. Well, I thought that's just age or whatever. Then you're going to say, exactly. The trick is sipping on a schedule and using the right saliva boosters. When we match the right one, people usually notice a change in a week. Here's the key. Then you're going to say, once you create conversation, yeah, we do a 15-minute dry mouth consult at the office, just matching you to the right rinse or gel. Families love it because it keeps cavities and sore throats away. And then you just say, I can put you down and give you a call to get you in the schedule. Even better, we have an opening this Thursday. Does that work for you? And then put them down. We also have another script for that found in the ground marketing course. And here's station number 3, memory care magic. And the setup would be oversized mouth model, jumbo toothbrush. And the goal is give caregivers a win. Families see hope and they ask how to learn more. So you can say something like this. Try this. Hold the brush and I'll guide your hand. See how natural that feels? That's the trick for memory care. You don't fight, you guide. It feels safe. And they're going to say, wow, that's so much easier than what we do. We have to fight and all these things. And then you're going to say, exactly. Poor brushing isn't just cavities. It's tied to pneumonia, weight loss. And this one technique saves a lot of stress at home. Here's the key, the conversion seed. You're going to say, families sometimes come to us just for a caregiver session. I mean, we teach all the little tricks in 30 minutes and it makes brushing at home so much calmer. If you like, I'd put you down for tomorrow. You can come in and we can have a caregiver session and we can kind of dive in a little bit more into any issues that they may be having that can make your job easier too. That's it, right? Caregivers would love this. They want their job easier and you're in there. There's a script, another script for that as well in the ground marketing course. And as you can see, there's many more stations that are inside of the ground marketing course that you can do every time you're at a senior community, independent living facility, and so forth, like the denture spa, right? The goal for there is to create a visual spectacle, laughter, and associate your practice with dignity and quick wins. I love this one. Same thing, you want to use comfort visit. There's 2 scripts for that. And you always want to make sure your booth flow is engaging and educates, right? Deliver a mini lecture, keep it conversational, never clinical, and anchor the practice. End each lecture with a seed like, yeah, at our practice, we do a whole comfort visit built just for seniors. No rush, no judgment, just small fixes that make eating and smiling easier. And then you sign people up immediately. And then the exit line is, yeah, I'll see you guys next month. I'll bring a new comfort trick for the calendar. And that's it. You have immediate wins because they see sore spots on the spot. They watch the denture sparkle. They taste the lozenge. They see so many immediate wins. And then authority through micro lectures. You teach in 60 seconds when no one else has explained them. The more simple, the better. And then curiosity anchors. Residents, families now want to know what a comfort visit looks like and what it is. And recurring presence. Monthly booths mean you become the trusted dentist for the community. Now, in the ground marketing course, I have the monthly topics you can talk about from month 1 all the way to month 12. Exactly what to say, the goal, the props, the tips, the scripts, all of it. And that's found in the ground marketing course. Like I said, if you're not a member of the ground marketing course, I would love to have you in there. Go in the show notes below. Click on the first link in the show notes below. If you just did this strategy alone with all the independent living facilities and senior homes in your community, in your city, you'd already be busy. Not only being seen as the go-to practice for that specific demographic, but also by their families. And you'd be getting new patients already by next week. That's how incredible this strategy alone is. Now, don't just say thanks for having us. You close with the ground marketing hook. So with the activities director, you say, hey, would you like me to send you the next 3 months topics so you can just plug it in to the calendar? They're going to say yes. To the residents, hey, next month we'll be doing a denture spa day. Bring your dentures and watch them sparkle. They're going to bring them. And then to the staff, hey, if you want, I can laminate 5 more cue cards for your night shifts. That's okay. That way, any emergencies, you can give it to them and they can give me a call. And that's it. And also with the staff, don't forget them. They're potential new patients. So this is what I always do. I give the staff a specific sign-up sheet and I give them an incentive like free whitening or emergency visits or new patient specials. And then I just let them know like, hey, sign up. Put your name, number, and that person will give you a call. And we're doing this for you guys just for this month as a thank you. So I'd love to see you come in this month. They're going to sign up. And now you got the staff coming in to your practice, but also the residents, right? So make sure you do that. And there's many, many more things involved in this strategy that you can hone in on, dive deeper on, right? How to invite the residents, how to invite the staff, the closing anchor. But this really works. So utilize what you've learned in this episode, use the scripts and go out there and do it. Watch what happens. It works because you're positioning yourself. You're not a dentist marketing. You're a recurring enrichment event. 2, reciprocity. You give attention, comfort, and dignity. They give you trust and patience. Micro commitments. Small booth equals monthly booth equals a standing calendar slot. Curiosity. Every booth has a hook. Sparkling dentures, quick comfort hacks, and so forth. And then momentum. You never leave without anchoring the next event. The key is don't ask for patience, ask for a calendar slot. Once you're on the calendar, you're part of the culture, and patients naturally flow out of trust, curiosity, and reciprocity. So make sure you do this strategy this week. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited for you to do it. And when you do it, feel free to reach out to me. Let me know how it goes. Also, if you want to be a member of the ground marketing course, go in the show notes below and click on the first link in the show notes below. You'll find so much more information, actionable instructions on how to do this with so much more. So I'd love to see you in there. Go in the show notes below. Click on the first link in the show notes below to enroll into the ground marketing course. And in the next episode, we're going to be discussing hosting open houses, welcoming the community to experience your practice firsthand. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next episode.